All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim of Kakadash. Double honor to apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of earth. All right, I'm the brother Shaman of Great Millstone, Chicago. Hey, just coming back at it again, man. It's so much shit going on. You know, where do we start? And it's just a response to the video on the trucker strike, because we know that that's gonna come eventually. You know, that's gonna shake shit up. But we don't know when, necessarily. But the date right now they're talking about is November the 29th, which is directly after Thanksgiving. Which, Thanksgiving is being they're talking about. You shouldn't even have Thanksgiving, all right? And that's supposed to be one of Esau's high holy days. Just to go to show you how destroyed this place is. All right, and I just went to this in the comment board, where they talk. Joe Biden basically, made the statement he wants to stop fracking, which is going to directly impact, the prices for oil, all right, which is directly going to impact, the prices for the truck drivers, all right, and basically, man, they're pissed off, man. And when you look at, the business that America does and how they do business with, all these people who are owner-operators, independent contractors, whatever, whenever a new president comes in there, we know, of course, the elites in the background, but whenever a new president comes in there, they could just change, they could change shit and mess up your money, mess up your job, right? For example, when Obama got in there and did the Obamacare thing, if you didn't have health care, you got fined. When it was tax season, you basically had to pay a fine. And it's crazy because now that's been completely done away with. So now you don't have to pay a fine. And when they were doing that, basically, if you didn't sign up at a certain part of the year, basically, you couldn't get health care all year. Well, through your company, you had to go through a third-party company, which that's going to cost even more money. All right, so this place is wicked, man. And it's babal and it's confusion. All right, but we know the concept of the president, that goes back to the scriptures. All right, this is Daniel 6:2. It said, and over these three presidents of whom Daniel was first, that the princes might give account unto them, and the king should have no damage. And when you look at this word president, as Daniel was made a president in Babylon, okay, under Darius. Excuse me. This is after Salakia. This is Darius, who's of the Medo-Persian Empire. Salakia. This is right after Babylon was taken down. The writing on the wall and all that stuff happened. Right. Daniel 5. That's what that's about. Yep. Writing on the wall. Many tekel. All right. So excuse me for that mix-up. But anyway, Daniel was made president. How do I get back? Come on. Okay. All right. Yeah, here's the word. President, or Sarak, or Saraka, or Sarak, chief overseer. All right, President. Presi means first, dent, servant. All right, first servant. So you're the chief servant of the house, one of the chief servants of the house of Esau, basically. All right, and that's exactly what they are, man. They're a servant under the elites. Whatever new agenda, new wave they want to push, they're gonna put you. Basically, if you follow their commands, they're gonna put you in there. All right, and then if they really like you, they'll let you serve 2 terms. Hey, Bush, he followed the will of the elites. With the whole Middle East conflict, which all came out that it was a lie. All right, they let him in there for 2 terms. Obama, he still got these Negroes fooled with the hope and the change and all that shit. All right, 2 terms. So, we'll see if Trump is going to do 2 terms. It's not looking likely, though. It's looking like maybe not. All right. But anywho, with this whole ordeal, we'll let them tell it.
He will not ban fracking, but tens of thousands of America's truckers are banding together to protest Biden's potential policies after public statements like these.
No new fracking, no more drilling on federal lands. I'd gradually move away from fracking. I would just not do more fracking on federal lands.
Would you close down the
By
oil
the way, I
industry?
would transition from the oil industry, yes. The oil industry pollutes significantly.
Well, the movement is called Stop the Tires 2020, and at last check had close to 50,000 participants on Facebook. Joining us with more on the message they're hoping to send today, trucker and protest organizer Jeremy Ray.
There you go. And you look at the comments, what does it say? He is not your president-elect. Our only president is Donald Trump. So you got a lot of these Edomites on the right. They're creepy is not president-elect. You got a lot of these Edomites who they're gonna ride this until the end. All right, they're gonna completely stop. And if, just like we always say, man, if the truck drivers stop, then America stops, business stops. Especially at a time where these Asian Pacific, they just came up with a free trade deal between each other, between 30 countries, and they didn't include the U.S. All right, and they're not. When you look that up, the American media, they're not even reporting that information. And what do the scriptures say? They will regard not their kings nor princes. All right, and one of the brothers asked me, one of the older brothers, I know he knows the answer, but he just asked me, he said, what about you? You going to, participate in it? You going to participate in the strike or whatever? And, I know he knows the answer, but just for edification, and the answer is no. Hell no, because I drive trucks too. All right, it says, what? 1 Corinthians 7:31. No, 7 and 31, straight to the point. And they use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. All right, the fashion of this world passes away. Look, these Edomites, they can protest, they can do all these movements, and us the Israelites, we're not interested in that, man. We're not interested in voting. We're not interested in going out and protesting. Okay, we don't want to take a part in that injection that they want to give you. I'll say that so I don't get flagged. All right, and that's just what it is, man. Now, when those Jewish people in New York, when they've been making a lot of these statements for years, nobody said anything to them. All right, but now that a couple of Black, Native American, and Latino men are saying this, then all of a sudden it's an issue. Our channels are getting flagged, deleted. That just goes to show you, man, that this place is in a bad case. That you just so weak that you want to, try to put the bullshit on us. All right, what is the scripture I want? All right, this is the one I wanted, man. This is 1 Timothy 6:17. It said, charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. Now, I'm not saying I'm rich by any means. This is probably for brothers who have way more than I have. You have some brothers who are well off. You have brothers who might not be so well off, all right? But just like it said, man, charge them that are rich. Hey, the brothers who, they got all the bank, you got to take care of the occupant. You got to pay your tithes, all of that stuff. Other brothers, they might be going through something or something. So you got to be willing to give the earthly things because you've received the spiritual things. All right. And it said what? They that do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate. And that's what it is, man. Brothers get taken care of. All right, so ultimately it's about the brotherhood, man. Worry about Esau strikes or none of that shit. It's not important. It doesn't have anything to do with me. I'm hoping to utilize all the resources I can until we get out of here. And that's how it should be, for all the occupants. We're going to utilize, everything that the Lord has blessed us with, everything you're given or you work for or whatever. All right. Not worried about Esau's system or his laws, Hey, if they, ban fracking and the prices go up, It'll be what it is, man. You have to try to find another way. All right, and this is what's it? Proverbs 27:24. For riches are not forever, and doth the crown endure to every generation? And the answer is no. Hey, riches ain't forever, man. These Edomites, they think so. They think they've stacked all this paper in the heaven, and been able to manipulate and use the market to make all this money. They think, what does it say? They think that their house will rule forever, but what does it say? And doth the crown endure to every generation? And it's looking like these Edomites, they don't have another generation. This might be the last generation for rulership. All right, this is the it's Esau, Edom, but the Generation X, I believe, those are the ones who are older now, kind of running the show. They're starting to fail, man. And when you look at the ones behind them, they're on pills. They're sitting there following after Jake. Doing what 2/3 of Israel is doing. That you actually have Edomites following after us, man, trying to do what we do. Learn the lingo, which it's nothing wrong with knowing lingo and shit, but as an Edomite, they're supposed to have a certain ruling class mentality. What happened to the days where they could walk on the sidewalk and you couldn't look them in the eye? You had to, walk in the street, or they could just walk into your house. What I'm saying? If you did anything about it, they could call the police on you in your own house. You've had stories on that where Edomites used to come into Jake's house and just take shit. All right, or they'll lie, say that the police come in your house and just confiscate shit. All right, and Esau was cool with that. Now look at your generations, man. It's fading, man. It's waning away. All right. Hey, look at the truckers, man. Even with the truck drivers, I'm starting to see less and less because the older ones who were really into it, they own the truck. They might have been driving for 20, 30 years or whatever. Well, it's time for retirement. If I don't take my retirement now, I might not ever retire. All right, and the younger ones, they don't want to do this job. They don't have the same hardness, So, hey man, the nation of Edom is fading. A kingdom that's divided, you cannot stand, man. You got people who don't even respect the president, the chief, the commander in chief, the chief executive. They're not even respecting their own office. All right. Hey, a Bible ball call. Hello, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.